Benvenuto! Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make a lemon cobbler. This is a easy yet delicious dessert. Great for around this time of year, Easter, Passover, all those things are coming up. Makes a nice springy, lemony, tart, sweet, delicious dessert. Anyway, it's super easy. This is something my mom used to always make, especially around this time of year. So, first thing, well, of course, like as usual, we're going to go through the ingredients, okay? So, I've got a 9 by 9 inch pan. Now, if you only have an 8 by 8 or maybe a 9 by 13, your baking time is going to vary, okay? 9 by 9 is kind of what this recipe was made for. In my 9 by 9, so it's 9 by 9 by 2. I've got a stick of butter, all right? I've got the oven preheated at 350. We're going to put that in the oven and get it all nice and melty, kind of like a very typical way you make a cobbler, all right? But we'll do that in a minute because I wanted to go over a couple other things. So, of course, you're going to need some flour, okay? All-purpose flour. We need baking powder for this, not baking soda, baking powder. We need a little pinch of salt. All right, and then of course we've got a 22-ounce can of lemon pie filling. All right, right there, delicious. We got some lemon extract, some vanilla extract. Okay, so really the thing I wanted to talk about is now this recipe originally calls for 1 cup of white granulated sugar. I'm going to cut the carbs down and the calories down a little bit, so I'm going to use the Truvia cane sugar blend, okay? This is 75% fewer calories than regular sugar. Now, when we've used this before, guys, remember, check your package, okay? Because this is 2 times as sweet as white granulated cane sugar, okay? So we only need half of it. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of granulated cane sugar, and I'll put that in the recipe, and we're going to use a half a cup of our Truvia Blend, all right? The other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is the buttermilk. All right, very seldom right? How often do we use buttermilk now as a general rule of thumb, right? Now, you can make this with whole milk. You don't have to have the buttermilk. The buttermilk, of course, gives it a little bit of that tang that goes nice with the lemons, all right? Now, this is a good excuse to make buttermilk pancakes the day after you make this. So if you buy your buttermilk, you're going to need a cup of this and then make buttermilk pancakes in the morning, all right? But you can use regular milk. I would use whole milk because, again, we want the fat that's in this recipe. You can make your own buttermilk. Buttermilk is just whole milk with white vinegar in it. I can't remember the exact measurements, but I know. If I remember, I'll throw that in the recipe, how to make your own version of it, okay? So, a couple things I want to do. I'm going to put our butter in the oven, set at 350. We're going to throw this in there and let it melt, okay? And then before I put everything else away, we'll just kind of go over. I'm being daring today. I'm going to do the flour with you. Just kind of probably the easiest and most accurate way of course, except weighing it. But you don't want to overdo your flour. So you take it with a spoon, kind of put it in the cup without packing it down. And we want to get it overflowing. There you go. Oh, it's falling. It must be. He loves that. All right, guys, and then just take your knife, just tap it a little bit, and skim it off. All right? So that's going to give you the most accurate, I think, cup of flour. Okay. All right. We'll cut a minute, put away the rest of the stuff, and we'll finish up our batter. See you in a bit. Okay, so we've got our baking powder. We need 1 and a half. You know, something a lot of people may not realize that baking powder and baking soda, too, to a certain extent, start to lose its, you know, chemically or effectiveness over time. I use quite a bit of baking powder, but keep that in mind. If you've got a jar this size or a can this size and it's been in your oven for 4 or 5 years, or your cupboard for 4 or 5 years, you should maybe get a new one. All right, we got so I've got my cup of flour, my baking powder, my sugar, and we need a pinch of salt, because of course the salt brings out the sweetness, and then we want to get that all mixed together or as incorporated as possible. Move that over there. All right, I'm going to check my recipe just to make sure I got everything in there. Stick butter, brown chip. Yep, we've got everything. All right, then we can add our buttermilk in. I don't know. Let us know, guys, in the comments. What other things do you use buttermilk for? I mean, I would say I use it in baking, sometimes in cooking, but pancakes definitely. Let's give that a stir. And we don't want to, you know, we don't want to overwork it. We want to get everything kind of incorporated in, but we don't want to toughen up the gluten in the flour. Then we need 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Of course, I've got dark shadows on, and this is one of my favorite parts. In the one, it starts to show up in color. A couple of them at this time of the story, they're still in black and white, but as you can see, that's color. Actually, that's a brand new TV. My old kitchen TV went, and Wade didn't like took one from another room, and for some reason he doesn't like it. But anyway, so we got 2 new TVs in the mail today. That smells delicious. So let's just get that all mixed in. Can really smell the lemon. All right, and that is good. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go check on our butter, see if it's melted. And indeed, it's all melted. I don't have crazy flowered shorts on today, so. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be scalding hot. If you melt your butter a little bit and then, you know, take it out, you still want it to be liquidy, of course, but you don't have to worry about it being that hot. This is so easy, yet so delicious. Should have gotten a spatula. I'll be right back. Why didn't you tell me I needed a spatula?
I thought you said you were ready.
Oh.
Oh, that butter smells
Doesn't it smell
buttery.
delicious? It smells like butter. All right, guys. So then we're just going to take our batter and pour it in there. Right on top of the butter. You don't mix it in or anything. And get every bit of it out. Oh, man. This is going to take 45, 55 minutes, depending upon how well your oven keeps temp. And I'm not going to mix it, but I'll push this out a little bit to the sides. Just imagine how delicious this is going to be. Oh. Now this is not low. Well, we've lowered the carbs a little bit. So this is a nice little treat. when you're watching your carbs. All right, and then we got our delicious lemon pie filling. And we're just going to take it and plop it in big plops all around. Of course, the idea behind this is, or the method behind this is that your dough is going to rise up around these dollops and form a nice crust. Got some more in there. All right, guys, that's all there is to it. All right, so remember, this pan is going to be hot if you just took it out of the oven from melting your butter. So put a mitt on. All right, so we got our oven, of course, is heated back to 350, middle rack. Put it in and tell Google or Alexa or set your stove. Okay, Google. Set a timer for 50 minutes.
Okay, 50 minutes.
So I'll take a look at it at 45. You want it to be golden brown. You want the edges to be a little, over browned and crispy. And if I think it needs a little bit more, I'll let it go for another 5 minutes. But all right, anyway, we'll see you when it's done. All right, guys, I checked mine at 50 minutes. I wanted it a little bit more brown, so I let it go for another 5 minutes. Let's take it out. All right, you see we got some nice brown bits around it. Our top is nice and brown. I know it looks really bubbly and liquidy, but that's the butter. As it cools down, that will firm up. All right, so let's get it on over here on a rack. And now the hard part starts. So now this you certainly could serve warm. You don't want to serve it this hot because we want it to firm up a little bit. So I would say you're going to have to let it cool for a good 15 minutes or so. Well, I like to cool it down completely to room temperature. So we'll see you guys for dessert tonight. Well, here we are, Ed. It's not supper time. It's dessert time. Yay! We got our, what did we make? Lemon cobbler.
Lemon cobbler?
Yeah. It looks a little almost peachy there, but it's definitely lemon.
Yeah.
It's lemon curd, not peach. Let's dig in. I thought they would look really pretty in these little bowls, but I probably could have done a little. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Once I put it in there, it was too late. So. That's good.
I love lemon.
Oh, I love lemon too. We haven't had lemon in a while. Of course, I let this cool down. This is pretty much at room temperature, little tiny bit warm. No, or I think it is. But anyway, this also goes delicious with some vanilla ice cream. But since we're cutting out the carbs, we're not going to eat ice cream. But not that this is totally. Although I couldn't tell if it was the fact that I used the low calorie sugar substitute.
Well, sure, yeah. I know, it's still nice and sweet. Yep.
Delicious.
Almost like a nice light dessert.
It is really,
Yeah.
when you think of it. I mean, it's the lemon curd. You get the nice little pieces of cake here and there, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Not heavy at all. It's great.
Delicious.
Done?
Hope you guys enjoyed watching us make dessert. Hopefully we'll try it. If you do, let us know. That's all I got to say.
Thank you guys for watching our videos. Please remember to like and subscribe. We'll be coming out with more. See you on the next one.
Ciao.
Bye. Oh, this is
yummy.
It's great. It's delicious.
Yep.